How's it going, guys? It's the Potion Master. This is going to be my first video about what I'm going to be doing on this channel and discussing. It's going to be really about I've learned about the food industry and holistic health and the microbiome. So when I was in college, I was doing business, and every class we just kind of kept learning about profit, profit, profit. It's all they kind of were talking about. And then my junior year, I kind of was like, is this every industry focusing about profit this much? And then I started looking at different industries, different companies, and there was like, yeah, across the board, there's all that you just care about is profit. And then I looked at the food industry, and I was like, there's no way it's the same attitude toward the food industry. And to my surprise, it was. They're all they care about is profit too. So yeah, they've what we know about food is really we just take for granted because it's very complicated, really, what humans should be eating and what we're eating today and what we all think about food today. But it comes down to the fact of that the truth isn't profitable. Telling people the truth about food just really isn't profitable. These companies are making billions and billions of dollars on single products, even every year. So they profit from our just laziness, taking what their information they give us for granted. Not really looking into it ourselves, and they're making lots and lots of money. But as I kept looking into this, I started realizing, wow, the food industry is they're just kind of trying to make money. So I looked into what humans really should be eating. And it comes out that all we really need to eat and what we were designed to eat is fruits, vegetables, and nuts. These are alkaline foods that are just what our bodies are designed to be digesting. And these alkaline foods keep our body at a certain pH that we need to be at. Okay, our blood needs to be at a certain pH. Our digestive system needs to be at a certain pH. And not to get too into that, but as we get more acidic, we eat more acidic foods, over time our bodies start to break down. And this is a simple science about it. So acidic foods, meat, sugar, dairy, we eat that right away, we don't die. But over 30 years, we start seeing and developing these chronic diseases that we see all over America today. And it's a huge problem. Tens of millions of people are dying because of this. And it's from what the super doctors say, which I'll talk about in a second. They talk about how it's completely preventable, totally preventable. Just if you eat alkaline foods, your body won't get so acidic and develop these bad things over time. Heart disease, cancers, diabetes. It's going wild in America. It's pretty interesting how that could happen. But then you think about it, we've why did we start? Why would we start eating that if it kills us in the long run? Well, it comes down to the simple fact that when humans started to evolve, we were living in tropical places for a long time, long time tropical places, eating fruits out of the trees, and we were just kind of chilling, hanging out. There was no really problems we were dealing with. So then we started moving north. We started moving to colder climates, and in colder climates, what do we have? We have winters. We have freezing winters, and people would be dying constantly in these freezing winters. There would be every year families would be losing kids. People would be dying, and it'd be a lot of people too. It wouldn't just be like one person for every 500. It would be they wouldn't have any food. So there was a huge problem there, and they had to solve that problem. And that's when they started creating cheese, started really eating meat, become a habit of eating meat and hunting and eating meat, preserving meat, and breads, stuff like that. So this stuff, cheese, meat, and breads, they really were to keep us alive when we were our ancestors alive when we were, freezing to death in the winter. So that's totally understandable why they would do that, right? That makes total sense. They were needed to keep themselves alive. These foods are extremely high in fat. Cheese is basically 70% fat. Meat is like total fat, and yeah, it has protein, but it's also just extremely high in fat and very acidic. Not natural for humans to eat, but in dire situations, I can understand it. So that's really where that comes from. That's why we're eating meat today. No one's really explained this to anyone. We just don't really care. I don't know what the situation is, but to me, it's I think they're just kind of trying to push it under the rug. We don't need to talk about that. It's not profitable if we tell them, if everyone looks into this stuff. The bottom line is humans were designed to eat alkaline food, fruits, vegetables, and nuts because we have a microbiome. And microbiome is what I'm really going to be talking about in this channel, the main thing, and that is trillions of little microorganisms that live in our bodies that help our bodies digest vitamins, minerals, and they help our immune system fight bad bacteria. They help our bodies grow. They're extremely important in our growth, repairing the body when we get hurt. And they have to be fueled up. The microbes need to be fully charged, and we're eating constantly acidic foods. The microbes are starting to dwindle and die, and that's what we see today. And that's what a lot of the super doctors talk about, is that we're hurting our microbes. When we eat this acidic foods, they die. When we have a lot of alcohol and hard liquors, they die. When we take certain medications like antibiotics, they basically wipes them all out. So when we're doing these things all the time, having these acidic habits, we're wiping out our microbiome, the most important thing we need for being human. And yeah, it's really interesting how the microbes, they don't need some super expensive top of the line, pills or superfoods. They need fruits, vegetables, and nuts, and they come from fruits, vegetables, and nuts. Fruit, vegetables, and nuts are a prebiotic, which means it feeds the microbes, and it's a probiotic, which means it has microbes in it that are helping the diversity of our microbiome. And the super diverse microbiome is a super healthy human. So the more diverse fruits and vegetables we eat, the more diverse our microbiome gets, and the healthier we are. So that's really going to be a main part. I'm going to be going for different foods and really get into the whole microbes side of things. I think it's absolutely fascinating, but today we can't see it, so we don't care. We don't want to. We can't see the microbes. It doesn't matter. But I really learned all this stuff with the super doctors: Dr. Neil Bernard, Dr. Colin Campbell, Dr. Dean Ornish, and 15 more that are on the little book I wrote. Yeah, I wrote a book. It basically has like all the information I've learned over the past 4 years now, and I've kind of been holding it all in to myself, not really telling anyone, but I'm really going to start committing to making this channel now and explaining all the things that I've been learning. And so yeah, the book is on my website, thepotionmaster.com. Goes over the super doctors, alkaline foods, food secrets, how to rebuild the microbiome is the big one. The first book is called The Book of Secrets, and that is one that really explains the whole misconception of everything we know and the truth and what these experts, the super doctors, talk about. And the other one is called Encapsulating Capsules, and that's more about how we can rebuild our microbiome, flush out these bad bacteria that might have been developing over years of eating acidic foods. And it's really I'm pretty proud of you. It's something that I really wish I read before. I've learned about this stuff a long time ago. But yeah, I'm gonna have a lot of more videos to come, and hope you enjoy. Thank you, and let's heal these microbes, everyone.